Okay, one of the things about Riprap, we've talked a little bit about it on and off with the different channels, but I love and I hate fishing Riprap both. And the reason that I love it is because fish use it all year. Literally 12 months out of the year, Riprap is some of the top structures for catching bass off of. It's just, bass love it. There's a lot of rocks there. There's algae on the rocks. It provides hiding places for crawdads and perch and minnows. If you've ever walked along a riprap bank, like in the summertime of the year, you can see perch and bluegills swimming in and out of the rocks. You can turn over rocks and see crawdads. There's a lot of food for them there. And there's also usually some type of close access to deeper water. But the thing about riprap, why I don't like to fish it sometimes, it's a very obvious structure and it gets a lot of fishing pressure. Now, given that, you can't just give up on it because it gets a lot of fishing pressure. You have to adjust your techniques, and you also have to make a commitment because specifically we're talking about, summertime riprap fishing. There's bite windows that occur throughout the day more than any other time of the year. Once you have water temperatures getting over 75 degrees in the summertime of year, the bite window, or the time that riprap is really good, is a lot smaller window than it is in other times of the year. Because say, for example, in the pre-spawn, like early spring or late fall, when the water is a little bit cooler, like in the 50s and 60s, you can catch fish on riprap all day long, but that's not really the case in the summertime of the year. Okay, let's talk about when you want to fish it, and a couple different scenarios here. First of all, you're going to do better on riprap overall if you have some stained water in the lake. Bass, I have found that more bass use riprap, and they use it at longer periods of the day if you have stained water, like water visibility of under about 1.5 feet. Ideally, that's sort of what the depth range I love to fish riprap, sort of that 1 to 2 foot of visibility. But given that, we're going to talk a little bit about summertime patterns versus the water clarity. Now, if you have some cleaner water in the riprap, let's say, for example, you have water visibility of over 3 feet on the riprap you're fishing. In the summertime of the year, you've got to have low light, and it's got to be early or late in the day or at night. You're not going to catch many bass, even if it's cloudy and rainy, on riprap in the summertime during the day. But you got to get out there right off the bat in the morning, like the first hour of daylight where there's still shade coming off it. And probably the best bait that you can throw right off the bat in the morning is a popper, like that little Pop-R or that Megabass Pop Max. That's going to be a really good choice right off the bat in the morning. And you've got to really cover as much of it as you can. Just get on there, kick the trolling motor up a little bit where you can cover some